So part of the reason that students have a great experience at the workshop is because you are put into an environment where everybody is starting out. And so there's no pressure to come in and feel like you have to know something before you get there. Everybody's a beginner coming to the workshop, and that creates an environment where people can really thrive and learn. At Rule 1 workshops, you get to interact with both your assigned coaches, who are students that have been personally trained by Phil, or Phil himself. We get a ton of questions at workshops. Let's hear Phil answer some of them.
Manfred, you seem to make a lot of ex-military or hire a lot of ex-military personnel, I assume, because they're good under pressure, as you'll be when trading. So do you have any suggestions on how to remain cool under pressure? Oh man, I really like this question. It is true. I really like people who are coming out of the military. And I found that they bring an awful lot to the table. So yeah, we definitely like that. And there is pressure here. And what you want to do is understand there's a lot of different ways to keep the pressure at bay. The pressure of investing all of your money yourself can be really a lot, or for some people, they don't worry about it too much. But a lot of people find that it might make it difficult to sleep at night if you're going to be investing on your own. I don't know how many of you feel like that, but there's certainly people who do. And so I have found a couple of things that I'm going to recommend to you. One is called Maru, that I learned from Wahi Takita, that I'll talk about tomorrow. And another is meditation, that I learned a long time ago from my brother Jeff. So I will go over both of those tomorrow. I think those are part of the soft side of investing that can keep your feet on the ground, keep you level-headed, and keep you away from the emotional side of investing. Super critical that we stay calm and rational, and what you're going to find, I think, you guys, is the biggest problem is you're sitting in cash and you're waiting, and you're doing options trading, but you're waiting for this opportunity to present itself where everything's on sale. And when that happens, everything gets so much easier. Right now it's hard because we have to be patient. So it's good to have something to fall back on, and I'll give you some suggestions. Jonathan, you'd heard any conventional advice around diversification? I do, in the sense that I think diversification of assets is a good idea. But remember, I'm using the word asset, not stocks. So stocks are a type of asset. Cash is a type of asset. Gold is a type of asset. Bonds are a type of asset. So if you think about the assets that were on that chart that Jeremy Siegel put together from Wharton, that showed 1,000,000 to 1 return for stocks and 3 to 1 return for gold over a 200-year period, those are really major asset groups. The only one that's not on there is real estate. So I think that when you're looking at assets, you might want to think about it in terms of these major assets. Gold as a major asset, and if you're a Bitcoin fan, that would be in the same bucket as gold. I'm not a Bitcoin fan, but I have friends who are. And real estate, which, gold does well in times of fear, not necessarily keep up with inflation. Real estate, very good during inflation, as long as it doesn't turn into a depression. And then stocks, and then bonds. And right now, bonds are really looking good. At 5%, bonds start to become very, very interesting. And so we have shifted one of our strategies. Rather than sitting in one type of cash, we're now sitting in bond type of cash, really liquid. We can get our money and move it, but we're picking up 5% returns. And so that is really good. So we like cash, we like bonds, we like gold. We've got some gold, and we've got silver, and then we have stocks. And so, obviously the major place we're putting capital is stocks, but it's not the major place all the time. We often have a position where we're much, much larger in bonds and in cash than we are in stocks. And we're in one of those kind of times right now, not heavy into stocks right now. We will be in a year or two, I'm quite sure. So with regard to conventional diversification, no, we do not do conventional diversification. We like to put a lot of money into our best idea. And when we can't get any more money into that, then we put into the next best idea. And we just don't think we can have an infinite number of great ideas. We've got a handful that we think are good and that we understand. I think the most important one is the 10 cap. Just for the kinds of things we're looking for in a company, you can get a really good margin of safety out of a company that doesn't have cash flow if you're not careful, right? Because it's looking at earnings. And we really think cash is king, particularly now in this market. Of course, realizing we also have to look at the debt side of the business and the balance sheet side. But yeah, I like 10 cap a lot. And payback time, I find, is kind of the one in the middle.
If you've got a question for Phil, this is the perfect opportunity to get your question answered. Come sign up for a Rule 1 workshop.